Local Motors was founded in 2007 by John B. Rogers. Its headquarters are located in Phoenix, Arizona. In the simplest terms, Local Motors is a technology company that is active in the car manufacturing industry. But what makes Local Motors special is probably their game-changing business model, based on co-creation, which is a complete new approach in the car manufacturing industry. Local Motors is a pretty young enterprise, but they have already achieved some impressive things. Let's have a look at a brief overview of Local Motors' history. In 2007, John B. Rogers founded Local Motors Incorporation, having in mind great ideas concerning the car industry. A few months later, they inaugurated a co-creative platform called The Forge. In 2009, the world's first co-created car materialized, the Rally Fighter. Local Motors has gone further in 2014 when creating the world's first 3D printed car, which has been printed in only 44 hours. Local Motors puts in 3D printing technology many hopes and will be able in 2017 to offer customers the first road-ready printed car, the Swim. But in which ways is their business model co-creative? First, Local Motors is building a network of microfactories. As a co-creative oriented firm, they offer customers the opportunity to be engaged in the building process of their own car, consisting of a great customer experience. Local Motors is intended to be local. Following this view, they try to reduce as much as possible the distance between intermediaries in the production chain, decreasing considerably the time to market of their products. Finally, they create jobs in regions where they are active. Secondly, Local Motors relies on co-creative design. Through The Forge, Local Motors had built a world community gathering 51,000 members going from engineers to car enthusiasts. They created an army of enthusiastic volunteers, reducing significantly investment in research and development. Plus, they offer a real experience to users and potential customers. So, Local Motors is that new American car company that is changing the way that cars are built, sold and serviced. The natural follow-up of co-creation is a Creative Commons open sourcing. In fact, when Local Motors gets the ideas going, they leave them open for people to continue increment upon them and make them better. All the data is freely available on their platform to make this possible. This implies new experiences for the users of the platform and a great social networking experience. Local Motors also organizes niche-focused competitions to take the best ideas and develop concepts. Winners of those competitions receive cash rewards. All their vehicles are manufactured, quality tested and retailed in a local microfactory, which is very different than going to an ordinary dealership. Vehicle maintenance is made in Mobi factories that move from place to place. It must be emphasized that Local Motors doesn't make components, they only build cars. In fact, they buy all DOT compliant and OT certified components. If they agree, vendors also share their data with Local Motors and are left freely available on the platform. The result is a time to market 5 times faster with 100 times less capital in comparison with usual car companies. After the presentation of Local Motors, let's focus on its strategy and especially on its mission, values and vision. The Local Motors mission could be described as follows: operating an efficient multinational microfactory network in order to build game-changing products and deliver a world of vehicle innovations. Values that lead Local Motors are free trade exchange, local focused and sustainability. Finally, the Local Motors vision could be summarized in a few simple words: providing full customizable and locally produced vehicles at an affordable price. It stresses the Local Motors desire of offering vehicles at low prices, which is not the case yet. Let's have a quick overview on the Local Motors environment. To do so, we will proceed according to Porter's 5 forces, and we'll assume that the company is evolving in the co-created cars market. The threats of new entrants is significant. Indeed, although Local Motors offer a differentiated product thanks to co-creative design and full customization, relatively low investment is required to enter this market. Thus, it won't be surprising that new competitors copy Local Motors' business model. Electric and classic cars are logically substitutes of Local Motors products. These substitutes represent a real threat to Local Motors because of the relative high price Local Motors charge for its products compared to substitutes. Regarding the bargaining power of buyers, some key elements can be pointed out. Buyers purchase in small quantities, decreasing their bargaining power, while the existence of substitutes and the relatively low switching cost for clients increases it. The switching costs, depending on the possibility of reselling the car at a good price, are quite low, making quite easy for customers to switch from Local Motors to a competitor. Then, since Local Motors tries to develop a new business, they must be accommodating with their clients. To conclude, buyers benefit from relatively high bargaining power. As a car assembler, Local Motors needs to get supplies, such as wheels, motor components, or tires. They benefit from getting supply on low concentrated markets involving low prices. But, since Local Motors' command are quite small, they probably don't benefit from discount on supply they get. Finally, rivalry in the co-created car market can be considered as non-existent, because Local Motors is the first company to have a co-creative business model in this industry. It's an unexploited niche, meaning that there is no competitor yet. Local Motors has succeeded in creating a blue ocean inside a red ocean. Indeed, the competition in the car manufacturing industry is very high, but Local Motors shaped a new segment, offering co-creation to customers. Let's have a look at Local Motors' SWOT analysis. Let's begin with the strength. This building process is more rapid because the number of designers is increased as Local Motors uses the concept of crowdsourced ideas. Everyone can be a designer or an engineer and submits his ideas to the Local Motors community. Another strength is that every consumer can build his own car, thus own a unique machine that suits him perfectly as he participated in the building. We can also point out that the quality and the diversity of the components will be much higher than in a normal building process. The build-to-order concept allows to nearly have no inventory. Concerning the weaknesses, the products made by Local Motors are expensive, which can discourage a lot of potential consumers. Now, the opportunities. Since the crisis, the US auto market has been quite unstable. The new concept of crowdsourced ideas and making the consumer participate proposed by Local Motors could bring the growth and the excitement the auto market needs. Also, that building process is a quite unexploited niche, which is a big opportunity for Local Motors. They also have the potential to create change in the areas of renewable energy usage. Finally, the threats. The newness of the business concept proposed by Local Motors can be a threat, because there is no history of that process. Thus we can say that their future is uncertain, because they're quite the first firm to do that. But when you look at how they manage their firm, Local Motors has big chances to be successful in the future. The first step of Local Motors development is opening around 30 microfactories in the United States and up to 70 more around the world. Through this expansion strategy, Local Motors doesn't limit its product to North America, but aims at international markets. Thanks to a more efficient and rapid process of 3D printing, Local Motors wants to improve this manufacturing time and reach 12 hours or less of printing and assembling time for a car. In addition to that, Local Motors plans on running psychographically and demographically located competitions because they want to deliver a car that perfectly meets the customer needs. The problem is that with the current costs, the cars are quite expensive. And this is why Local Motors is looking for improvements in terms of production costs to make the cars accessible to everyone. Indeed, the company is working in partnership with a team from the Arizona State University on 2 new materials that should decrease the prices but also increase the car's safety. Finally, Local Motors just partnered with General Electric to bring co-creation and micromanufacturing to the appliances business through a new platform called First Build, which will start by focusing on kitchen appliances and will be made at a new microfactory. Local Motors as a company could be compared to a tree. The fruits are the value coming from new experiences for customers and design platform users. This is the result of all the process made by Local Motors. The trunk is the new interactions they created with customers. Indeed, processes like vehicles design and assembling are now opened up to customers. The seeds is what makes Local Motors growing up days after days. It is the design platform and the microfactories network, representing the 2 main tools Local Motors has to make its business working and to achieve its ambition in the car manufacturing industry. The Local Motors strategy relies a lot on people's ideas, so it is totally logical to find the active community of designers as the root of the company. It is the greatest asset of Local Motors and is totally based on co-creation, which is probably what people want for the future. Finally, Local Motors strategy could be summarized in a few words. The systematic development of networks of individuals, stakeholders and enterprise to create value together through engagement platforms designed to enable mutually valuable interactions and experiences.